have 142 books total. This is all the fiction. It's set in this really fun, futuristic world, as you could probably tell from the cover. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally tackling the bookshelf behind me. This has been the last thing that I've yet to do to like complete in terms of like organizing and getting everything in its place after the move. Everything is in boxes behind me or like paper bags. We just like shoved everything, all the books, wherever we could in order to just get them over here because we just moved. We're in the same apartment complex. We're just in a different unit. In the moving vlog, I mentioned an idea that I've had to how to organize these shelves a little bit differently than last time. It was pretty much just by genre last time. So I kind of had like general literary fiction together. There was like science fiction, a little bit of fantasy, some darker like horror, dark academia type stuff together. Memoirs and nonfiction was together, like just general categories that make sense. This time I would still like to do it by genre, but I would like to lay flat books that I have read, and then books that are standing are books that I haven't read. Just got a notification that I sold this one, so I'm gonna pack that one up and then take it to the post office. Okay, first task is to separate the non-book items, the non-book things, from the books, because those, I don't know. I don't think I want them on the shelves anymore. Now that we have more space, I can find somewhere else to put them. So we have a couple of like random spiral notebooks, and then my manuscripts. I have not written 5 novels. One of them is split into 2, and then there's like multiple copies here of some of the other ones, but I don't know. It makes sense to put the manuscripts because basically they are like unbound books onto a bookshelf, but I just don't know. I think I'll leave them for last, and if I can't find space, then I'll put them like at the top of my closet or something, but undecided for now. Boyfriend also has a lot of like Spanish flashcards, Spanish dictionary type things, and like, I don't know, random things like that. So I don't know if he's gonna want his books on this bookshelf. I don't mind his books on this bookshelf at all. I'm kind of wondering if he's gonna want his stuff like at the top of his closet. So I might go through and separate his stuff next. Let's do that. Okay, these are the 2 boxes that should be all Boyfriend's stuff. It's like Spanish vocab, Bibles in English and Spanish. He's learning Spanish, that's why there's Spanish things in there. Carl Jung. I'm gonna take these to the war room so that he can maybe put them at the top of his closet. I know he has a decent amount of space in there, and then it will free up the shelves so that I can organize and lay some books flat. That was a concern that I had, was that books laid flat, like if I have a whole bunch that I'm laying flat, which I don't know yet the ratio of like how many I've read to how many I haven't read, but I'm a little concerned that there's not gonna be all that much space. It's not a huge bookshelf, so we'll just have to see when I put everything on here. So the light is leaving, unfortunately, because now it's getting dark at like 4 p.m. But I think we will be able to get some things organized. I'm gonna go by genre first. that makes the most sense, and then we'll do read, have not yet read.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just me, your body, your mind. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby.
How cute is this Frog and Toad book? I think it even has stickers in the back. Boyfriend randomly picked this up. It has stickers, but I'm that person who like just never uses them because I just want to hold on to them because I think they're so precious. Okay, these are the final stacks right here. Doesn't actually look like a lot. So we have a stack of Joy Harjo's like poetry and nonfiction. Then we have a stack of manga, The Girl from the Other Side manga. I talk about this all the time on my channel. It is so freaking cute. I love it so much. I think I'm on I think I just finished volume 6. Then we have some plays, a play, and then a few books of poetry. These are from Brian Turner, who was the like workshop leader at the Arts Institute like writing workshop that I attended recently, and then a Mary Oliver book of poems. This random like Santa Fe interior design book I am obsessed with. We didn't actually get it when we were in Santa Fe. We got it when we were in Colorado. It is just the most gorgeous book of interiors of houses in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's just kind of sitting by itself. I'm not really sure where to put that one. Then we have, this is all nonfiction. So anything related to like history, memoirs, all of that is right here. This is all a stack of like body, mind, spirit type books. This is all the fiction. So this is like literary fiction, any kind of fiction, novels, whether it's like translated for my Reading Around the World challenge or whatever. This is all just the fiction. And then this is all science fiction, fantasy, horror, like dark academia type books, things that are just a little bit too weird to put with the regular fiction pile. Like I said, the light is leaving me, so I think I'm going to just organize right now by what I have read and what I haven't read, and then in the morning when it's nice and bright we will continue with the actual putting the books on the shelves. Unread stuff is flipped like facing forward, and then if I flipped it down, I've read it before. So this is the Joy Harjo that I have read. Unread, so clearly I'm almost done. You can kind of see I'm almost done there. This is the nonfiction section, so we have the two in the back are read, and then this set right here is unread. Read, unread for, what was this? Like body, mind, spirit type stuff. These were the plays and poetry, so one unread poetry. So I guess if you have poetry collections, then hit me up because I don't have a lot of poetry in my collection. In the back there is the manga. So I've got the read ones in the back and then the unread in the front. Now we are on to the fiction. So these three piles, it's kind of annoying me that I didn't put them in any kind of like order, but that's okay. I'm literally gonna switch everything around in the morning. So we have all of the things that I have read here. And then these two stacks over here in the front are the unread. So really, there's not that much fiction on my shelf. Good morning, everyone. It is still pretty rainy and dreary outside. We are not going to get the good lighting that I was hoping that we would, but I have successfully categorized all of the books by genre and then also by read and to be read. So I'm going to do a quick count of everything just because I'm curious about the statistics. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2. To be read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 10, 11, 12. Read. Okay, so I did a quick count. I have 142 books total. 98 of them I have read already. 44 of them are unread. So that's good. I feel like that means my book buying isn't crazy. I have been really good about like only buying books specifically for my Reading Around the World challenge. That's good because I've read about double what I have on my shelves sitting unread. So anyway, I am now gonna get to work on actually organizing things, and I'm gonna see if this whole system works where straight up and down books will be ones I haven't read, and then lying flat books will be ones that I have. So we'll see. Let's do fiction first. Should we go by color? I feel like that makes sense. Oh crap. Okay, first problem is that hardbacks, for whatever reason, I guess this bookshelf is more designed for paperbacks, and it's not gonna fit. So even though this is one I haven't read, it's probably gonna have to lay flat or go in at an angle. I guess I could go in at an angle and it would be fine because all these are supposed to stand up. Sort of display with like the hardbacks that don't fit. What I could do that would save me a little bit of space like within the shelves themselves is putting books that I do plan to read within the next month, like end of year books, up here, like make a stack of them. So like The World Cannot Give by Tara Isabella Burton, I would like to get to this one soon. I'm gonna butcher this person's name. The Ice Palace, I want to say this is like a Norwegian novel or Swedish. Anyway, this is for my Reading Around the World challenge. Like this one is gonna be a December read, I think. Chameleon in a Candy Store by Anonymous. So this is on my list for November. So I can start doing like a little curated stack for books that I want to get to by the end of the year. I think this is one I want to get to soon as well. Confession of the Lioness by Mia Quoto. Could be saying it wrong. This one is for, I'm forgetting now like where these, like which countries these are for, and it doesn't always say. Oh, translated from the Portuguese. Yeah, Portugal. Okay, so this one is for Portugal. So they are gonna have to be double stacked, which I think is how it was before anyway. So there's like a front stack and then a back stack, but I don't really know a way to get around that. So I think that's just gonna have to be the way that we do it. And then the sound bar will be going on top, most likely. I guess I could leave it like on this shelf and kind of hide it, but then I'm sure the music will be muffled. So I'm gonna move this back to the top. So now this will be science fiction fantasy. So we're gonna start with the red. I probably should have cleaned this a little bit better before I started this, but whatever. It's fine. I need to read the second one. Is this gonna be a trilogy? Do we know? Or is it just a duology, the Atlas 6? I wasn't like as obsessed as what I feel like everybody kind of made it seem like, but I did really like it, and I do think it's gonna be worth reading the second one, which I think is the Atlas Paradox. But I'm waiting, oh yeah, it's right here. But I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback because I can't have, like this is a paperback, so I can't have the other one be hardback. So I need to look up and see when the sequel comes out in paperback. This was so good. So boyfriend and I are planning a trip to Florida for like January, February. And the last time I went, this was my Florida read, Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. This is so good. It's like speculative fiction, but also like a love story kind of vibe. But this time around, we're both gonna read Hemingway. He is a big fan of The Old Man and the Sea. And then I'll probably read, I don't know, maybe like The Sun Also Rises or something like that, because we're gonna go to Hemingway's house. That should be fun. And then you're missing out if you have not read these. The Prayer for the Crown Shy. This is actually the second book. I need to get the first. It's part of the Monk and Robot like duology. A Psalm for the Wild Built is what the first one was called. And oh my gosh, this is so much fun. It's like cozy sci-fi. It's about like a robot and a monk and a robot. It's set in this really fun futuristic world, as you could probably tell from the cover. The first one came out in 2021. It was like on the top of everybody's lists at the end of the year. Even if you don't like science fiction, I feel like that's like one that I could safely recommend to you. Maybe we move the Aaliyah Whiteley. She is amazing if you're into like body horror. The short story from her called The Beauty is like the best thing I think she's ever written, but these were also pretty good. This is like short stories and this is a novel. Now we can move on to the unread. There are a couple of these that I am so excited for. Daughter from the Dark by Marina and Sergei Dyachenko. They wrote the Vita Nostra series. It's a duology, I think. Anyway, and I cannot wait for this one. It's like set in its own world. So I don't know that it's like directly related to Vita Nostra, but I love their covers. I love everything about what they write. It's like kind of hard to explain because it's very like abstract. I am very excited to dive into that. I might actually put that on the like soon to be read shelf. Still have not read these Vandermeers. I think I'm just, because I've built them up so much in my head, I'm kind of afraid at this point, like they're not gonna stand up to my like expectations. So Venice Underground, Shriek and Afterward, City of Saints and Madmen. I probably don't even have them in the right order. These covers are like the greatest thing I've ever seen. I would like to put these like somehow on some kind of display. I guess I could do that like up top somehow. This really needs to be one that I read before the end of the year. It's one that it's just that one. It's the book that keeps getting like pushed and pushed and pushed each year and then I never read it. So I need to keep it out over here as a reminder. If you have not heard of this person, Yeonmi Park, highly recommend picking up anything that she has written. I have both of her not novels. This is her memoir, which is incredible. And then this is like a political science book, which is so not my vibe normally. Like it's not the type of book that I would pick up. She's very outspoken about like anti-woke culture. It's just very interesting. She's a North Korean defector. Things that she has noticed since making it to America about our culture and like similarities between American culture and North Korean culture is like kind of super scary. So anyway, I recommend her. I am so excited to read this. This is Robin Wall Kimmerer's Gathering Moss, A Natural and Cultural History of Mosses. I feel like it kind of sounds boring because it's literally just a book about moss. But her other book, this one right here, Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants was incredible. So if it's anything even remotely like that, I think I'm going to love it. That is everything that I'm going to put inside the shelves, like on the two actual shelves. Everything else that's gonna go on top, like I think the Joy Harjo is gonna go on top. So we have fiction, science fiction, fantasy, manga over in the corner, nonfiction, body, mind, spirit, poetry, and a play. Okay, I've decided since these three Joy Harjo books are technically to be read books, I'm gonna put them on my to be read stack. And then I just put the other ones over on like a random little end table just for now. Eventually all that stuff will need to make its way onto the shelf. Probably down there by like plays and poetry, because that's what most of her stuff is. I think we have the finished product. So we have books I'm currently reading. I just switched those because this stack is now taller. But the currently reading books, TBR, soundbar, Little Bear Friend, just random styled stack, candle, and then yeah, all the little categories. Now I think once we get the art up on the wall, that's when it's gonna be like a moment. Because right now, especially with this freaking lighting, I need to change out this ugly light. This will be just lit better in general. I also don't think I've mentioned it yet, but we did buy the couch, which I'm very excited about. And so I think once I get like actual new furniture, because none of this is staying, we've got like a beige couch coming, which I never thought I was gonna be a beige couch girly. Once I get like the couch and the new coffee table and like a rug and all of that, then I can pick like art, because it'll help me visualize like the colors that are in here and all of that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. There are so many more fun like decorating type videos coming soon, and so I hope you guys stay tuned for those, right Guillermo? We hope they stay tuned for those. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys for watching. I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration, and I will see you very soon in the next vlog. Bye guys.